The return the song cut through the autumn air like thunder. Whop, whop, whop. Everyone at Whitmore Academy's 50th anniversary celebration stopped mid-conversation. Champagne glasses froze halfway to lips. Heads turned upward as the black helicopter descended onto the pristine lawn, its rotors whipping the manicured grass into a frenzy. Security guards rushed forward, shouting into radios. Parents grabbed their children. The band stopped playing. Principal Davidson stood frozen on the stage, his speech notes fluttering from his hands. No one had authorized this. No one knew who would be bold enough, rich enough, powerful enough to land a helicopter at the most exclusive prep school in Connecticut. The machine touched down with precision. The door remained closed for 10 long seconds. Whispers rippled through the crowd of alumni, donors, and current families. Then the door opened. 10 years ago, this same lawn had been Marcus Chen's personal nightmare. The scholarship kid. The only black student in his graduating class. He remembered every insult whispered in hallways. Every racial slur scrawled on his locker. Every teacher who looked the other way when Trevor Walsh shoved him into walls. He remembered eating lunch alone while everyone else laughed at tables he would never be invited to join. He remembered Principal Davidson telling him to be grateful for the opportunity, to not make trouble, to understand that some students came from different backgrounds and needed time to adjust. Marcus had survived 4 years of this place by keeping his head down, studying harder than anyone else, and counting the days until freedom. The day he graduated, he swore he would never return. Until now, Marcus stepped onto the grass in a charcoal Tom Ford suit that cost more than most people's cars. His shoes were Italian leather. His watch was platinum. At 32, he had transformed himself completely. 6 feet tall, broad-shouldered, moving with the confidence of someone who owned every room he entered. The crowd parted as he walked toward the stage. Recognition sparked in faces. Former classmates squinted, trying to reconcile the skinny, scared teenager they remembered with this powerful figure. Someone gasped. A woman dropped her glass. Trevor Walsh, standing near the refreshments table with his wife and 3 kids, went pale. Marcus saw him. Their eyes locked. Trevor looked away first. Principal Davidson tried to recover. He stepped to the microphone, forcing a smile that did not reach his eyes. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an unexpected guest. Perhaps we should. Marcus walked straight up the stage steps. His movements were calm, deliberate. He stopped 2 feet from Davidson. Hello, Principal Davidson. Remember me? Marcus Chen. Class of 2015. Scholarship student. The one who came to your office 7 times to report harassment. The one you told to stop causing problems. Davidson's face turned red. Mr. Chen, this is hardly the appropriate. Marcus's voice carried across the silent crowd without needing amplification. Was it appropriate when Trevor Walsh called me the N-word in the cafeteria and you gave him 3 days detention? Was it appropriate when someone spray-painted a racial slur on my dorm room door and you blamed me for making myself a target? The crowd shifted uncomfortably. Some people started filming on their phones. Marcus turned to face everyone. I came back today because 10 years ago, I made myself a promise. I promised that if I ever had the power to change this place, I would. 3 months ago, I purchased Whitmore Academy's outstanding debt. As of last week, I became the majority shareholder of this institution. I now control this school. Guests erupted. Davidson stumbled backward. Board members in the front row stood up, faces shocked. Marcus continued. Effective immediately, Whitmore will implement a mandatory diversity and inclusion program. We will quadruple our scholarship offerings for students of color. We will hire counselors trained in addressing racism. Any student or staff member found guilty of harassment will face immediate expulsion or termination. No exceptions. No second chances. Trevor Walsh pushed through the crowd. He looked older than his years, stress written in the lines around his eyes. His suit was off the rack. His shoes were scuffed. Marcus had done his research. Trevor's father's real estate empire had collapsed. The family money was gone. Trevor now worked as a middle manager at an insurance company, barely making ends meet. "You can't do this," Trevor shouted. "You can't just swoop in and destroy everything." Marcus walked down the stage steps. He stopped directly in front of Trevor. The man who had made his teenage years a living hell. The man who had pushed him, mocked him, degraded him every single day. Marcus could destroy him right now. One word to his security team. One call to his lawyers. But he looked at Trevor's children, watching with wide, confused eyes. He thought about the cycle of hate and how it perpetuated itself through generations. "I am not here to destroy anything, Trevor. I am here to build something better. Something you and your children will never have to be ashamed of." Marcus pulled an envelope from his jacket. "This is a scholarship application for your oldest daughter. I know she wants to attend Whitmore. I know you cannot afford it. If she qualifies academically, she will be accepted. Not because of who her father is. Not because of the color of her skin. But because she earned it." Trevor's hands shook as he took the envelope. Tears filled his eyes. "Why would you help me after everything I did to you?" Marcus's voice was quiet but firm. "Because someone has to break the cycle. Because justice is not about revenge. It is about making sure what happened to me never happens to anyone else. Because I refuse to become the kind of person you were." Marcus turned back to the crowd. Students, parents, teachers, all watching in silence. Change starts today. Not tomorrow. Not next semester. Today. Whitmore Academy will become a place where every student, regardless of race, background, or economic status, can feel safe, can feel valued, can succeed. That is my promise to you. That is my gift to this place. He walked back toward his helicopter. Principal Davidson called after him. "Mr. Chen, wait. Please. Can we discuss this? Can we talk about transition plans?" Marcus paused. "You will receive a formal notice tomorrow. Your position is under review. The board will make final decisions, but I recommend you start considering your options." He climbed back into the helicopter. As it lifted off, he looked down at the sea of upturned faces. Some angry. Some shocked. Some, especially among the younger students and a few teachers, filled with hope. The helicopter banked east, toward the city. Marcus pulled out his phone and called his foundation director. "It is done. Start processing the scholarship applications. I want the first class of new students by next fall." He hung up and stared out the window. The Connecticut landscape spread below him, autumn colors blazing across the hills. 10 years ago, he had left Whitmore Academy broken, angry, and determined to never look back. Today, he returned not as a victim, but as an architect of change. The scared teenager was gone. In his place stood a man who understood that true power was not about domination. It was about transformation. Justice was not revenge. It was the courage to build something better from the ashes of what was broken. Marcus Chen had come home. And Whitmore Academy would never be the same.